Okay, so we've zoomed in on the robot's face in the last tutorial, and what we're going to do now is around, say, frame 100, we're going to make his red light blink. And so I'm going to work really fast here. I've created a blink over here, but I'm going to show you how I did it. I'm going to go ahead and redo this one more time. Okay, so what I did is I copied and pasted this guy. Edit copy, edit paste, and then I'm going to ungroup him. So object, ungroup. I'm going to do it a couple of times to make sure that I could just get this circle here. Okay, good. Then delete. I'm just pushing delete on it. I'm going to delete this guy. Okay, now, so we've got the circle, right? Now, all I did, and you can make a shiny blinking thing in a myriad of ways. The rectangle tool, you could change it to a star tool, and if you simply single click, this will pop up. And I made a 15-sided deal, and I picked the same color as the robot, the circle. And then I had this transparency window open. Okay, so you can find it in the windows. It's way down below. It's a window transparency, and I set it down to about 60. And again, you could do this stuff in a lot of different ways. Okay, and so this is just what I decided to do real quickly. This is just one way of making a blink, and again, you could do it a myriad of ways. So I'm going to take this object, I'm going to group this, and I'm going to copy it, come back into animate. Now here we go. Let's make a new layer, and I've noticed in different versions of animate the new layer button might be down here on your version. Okay, so I'm going to click a new layer, and about right here I'm going to right click and insert a blank keyframe. Okay, we're going to make a blank keyframe. Okay, and this layer, this name is going to change, but when I import, but I just want to label it just so you know what we're doing here. Oh, let me lock all the layers, then unlock this layer, it's just so I don't accidentally mess things up. Okay, I'm going to click here, and we're going to edit paste, and uncheck maintain layers, hit OK. And this is really weird. I don't know why I haven't figured out yet why it does this, but it shows it over here, but it's actually right there. I'm not sure what's going on there. And I'm going to resize this now to make the circle match up with the circle that's already there on his head, and we're just going to put this in front of it and nudge it over with the arrow keys, and that's lined up pretty good. So here we have it. Now it shines like that, and I'm going to make it blink. And what we're going to do is first we're going to give it a little bit more time to do this. So we're going to insert on the timeline a frame. So now this is going to exist for about 20 frames. And we're just going to turn it on and off by right clicking on the, let's relabel this blink again, or we could, it's blinking light. Okay, just call it blink. I think the space is what it didn't like. Okay, so now I'm just going to simply insert a blank keyframe, and then we're going to simply copy frames, and then come into the future about right there, and then paste and overwrite frames, and then we're going to insert a blank keyframe again. And then we're going to, since I've already copied frames, we could just paste and overwrite frames. And let's maybe do it one more time. And let's say right about here, we, paste and overwrite frames. Okay, so now let's go control test. Let's take a look at him. And he blinks, okay? And then let's just set them back to where we want now. The good thing is we created these in the last tutorial, these keyframes over here, because what we're going to do is he's zoomed in, and at the end of this we're going to zoom back out. So to do that, we are going to highlight these frames we have, and we're simply going to right click and say copy frames. And we're going to go here, where we're going to create some new time, and we're going to right click and say paste and overwrite frames. So now at the end of the movie, he is going to zoom back out. This isn't the end of our movie, but the end of what we have so far. And let's add some time to all the layers, and I'm gonna add this much time all the way over to here. We're gonna right click and say insert frame. Now you'll notice that on the blink layer, his blink is still on, and it's really big. So what we have to do is at the appropriate frame, we're gonna right click and insert another blank keyframe so it disappears. So, and if we wanted to, if we really wanted to, we could put one last little blink on there, or we could repeat blinking on his head, you know, real small if you want. But my plan anyway is to, now it's gonna pause at his forward facing position, right, like it is, and then we are going to have a UFO come flying in, because I want to teach you how to make an object move around on like a curved path. So we're going to hopefully accomplish that, and then we'll have some fun doing that. Okay, so here he goes. He walks, he zooms in, blinks, zooms back out, and then we'll have the UFO come in the next tutorial. Okay, have fun making his light blink. Have fun.